Welcome everybody to another episode of He Deserves Every Drop of It, Your Honor. Lockdown 23-1. That's right, today's clip the prosecutor opens up saying that. He deserves every drop of what he can get. You know it's Smokeville when they say that. But before I get into it, I haven't done this yet. It's a little late, but still, better than ever. Merry Christmas. Hopefully it was a great one for y'all. I know it was for me. Not because of the gifts I got, but because of the smiles I've seen on my kids' faces. Children's faces, I apologize, Your Honorable Judge Boy. For those that don't know, kids means pack of young billy goats. Anyways, that's kind of like an inside joke for the people that have been following these courtroom sessions. But today we're going to be jumping into a New York courtroom to witness the sentencing of Adam Benefield. He was found guilty for killing his wife, and the way that he did it was absolutely treacherous if you're to ask me. Not to mention the judge snaps on him. So before we get into the sentencing, I'm going to break down a little bit of the case and of course give you my 2 cents along the way. So let's jump right into it. If you enjoy all things lockup and crime related, then this is where you want to be. Hit that like, subscribe, notification bell before you leave, and check out my playlist with many more videos for you to start watching today. Now before we get into the sentencing, like I said, I'm going to give you a little breakdown on the situation. It says here a jury has found Adam Benefield guilty of murdering his estranged wife, Kiera Hudson, in Buffalo in October 2022. Benefield was found guilty on all 5 counts that he faced, including second-degree murder. The district attorney's office said that Benefield intentionally crashed his pickup truck into Hudson's vehicle when she was stopped in the area of Richlawn and Shawnee Avenues. Her 3 children were in the vehicle with her at the time. After Benefield crashed into her car, he got out of his vehicle and intentionally shot Hudson in the head with a shotgun. She died at the scene. It says the day before the shooting, Benefield was arrested on a domestic incident. He was released the same day because the charges were non-qualifying for bail. The district attorney's office said that Benefield committed the crime while knowingly in violation of an order of protection issued after his arrest. According to Hudson's family members, she was in an abusive relationship with Benefield. And he previously served 15 years in prison for an armed kidnapping of 2 women, one of them being his ex-girlfriend. Man, oh man, unbelievable story, huh? My condolences go out to that young lady's family and her children. Can you imagine seeing something like that happen to your mom? Them kids gonna be scarred for the rest of their lives. And I do have a few more cents to give on the situation. I'm just gonna wait till after the sentencing. So let's slap on our khakis, button up, and see what the judge has in store for the defendant.
We join with the family in asking for the maximum, which of course is 25 to life. In this case, he deserves every minute of it, and any future parole board should never let him out. He did not learn his lesson from his convictions in 2000. He takes no responsibility for his actions whatsoever. I don't know if they read these sentencing minutes, sometimes I wonder, but we join in the family in asking for the maximum punishment. In this case, it is well deserved.
Thank you, Mr. Dell.
Your Honor, I reviewed the pre-sentence investigation. I don't have any objections to it, and I have nothing to add, Your Honor.
Now, Mr. Dell, you know under the law I'm required to ask if your client has anything to state on the record, so I'm doing that now.
Yes, Your Honor.
Go ahead.
I agree that we all lost someone special. Regarding the characterization that was stated, I want to address that, but we all lost somebody special. I lost a wife and a family, and the family that we spent time with and enjoying with the Hudson family. Some of the stuff that I understand that she stated that they didn't get. My family dropped it off to the police station when they called them, and so that they could drop it off. I don't know what happened from there, but my family tried to do the best for that. As I said, I love my wife, and she's gone, and she was taken from not only them, but from all of us. She was special, and it's hard to console as they feel as well that she's really gone. This has been a nightmare for everybody, including the court and the DA who likes to suppress evidence. However, as I said, this has been a hard time for everybody. Even though I got found guilty of these charges, obviously with the evidence not being 100% provided so that we can utilize the truth-seeking function and the fact-finding procedure, which would have benefited the public at large. And
not once has he said he's sorry. It's because he's playing the innocent route until the wheels fall off. If I were to bet at all, it doesn't matter if he gets sentenced to life, death, whatever. He's never gonna take responsibility for what he did. He'll take that puppy all the way to his deathbed.
And the fact-finding procedure, which would have benefited the public at large and the family. Because there's things that the family don't know about and everything else that may have changed the whole outcome of this case. And we could get justice for all of us. Obviously in this case it hasn't taken place as of yet or today because we all lost someone. The pre-sentencing report, I have to address that as well. I did not see that pre-sentencing report. It was done a while ago. I haven't received it, not as of yet. So I don't know what's in it, and I have not been able to contest it, because I don't know what's in it. As far as the psychiatric report that was done, as I stated before, and I stand by my statement that that was either not her or she committed malpractice, and I would love to have the medical examining board review this and due process violations that has continued in this case. See, I'm here because I don't want to be here. I'm forced to be here to fight these charges.
All right, thank you. You're here because the jury convicted you of brutally killing your wife.
Interrupting me while I'm talking. I don't interrupt you, so why do you keep interrupting me? I know you're the judge, but
okay, hear me out. I've heard enough of this narcissistic. You're a narcissist, and I'm not going to put this family again.
You're a narcissist because you're talking and you're going all.
Shut his microphone off, and if you keep talking, I'm going to do it without you. You'll be in there. I've heard enough from you.
Yeah.
You killed your wife. A jury of 12 convicted you.
A white jury that did not have any black jurors on there, and that's not law. That is a setup. So you want to send me out there, I go out there, but you know what the law is, and you haven't followed it. And neither has you, and neither has you.
All right.
Everybody sat here and
hear me out. Shut up.
I'm not going to shut up.
Get him out of here.
Get out of here.
All right, hear me out. Shut up. Look, I don't know nothing about the jury pool, but I mean, it can be all white or all black, right? Does it have to be blended? Maybe someone can inform me on that. I've never taken a jury trial. To be completely honest, they terrify me. And not to mention, you can get like the full sentence in some states if you're found guilty through jury. The judge, he can suspend, put you on probation, whatever. Believe it or not, that's a big factor in people's decisions. But I'm not gonna lie, I haven't dug deep into this case. He's saying a lot of stuff, but it just sounds like he's trying to bend the corner any which way he can. First by saying he didn't get a chance to review the pre-sentence report, the suppression of evidence, and then he even hits the avenue of insanity by saying the psychiatric doctor didn't give him the proper tests. These are all different tactics that he's going to probably try to use for an appeal. Also tactics that people do when they're guilty, man. If you're innocent, you're not going to try to push for some kind of psych classes. You're sane. You didn't do nothing. But when it comes to a jury, you know, yeah, I probably would want it a little bit more blended. I don't know the exact rules when it comes to picking jury members. But I know it's got to be random because I called home from prison once and my wife said that I got a letter saying I had to participate in a jury trial. And I'm in a cell, man, bidding, right? So, has to be random.
You want to send me out there, I go out there, but you know what the law is, and you haven't followed it. And neither has you, and neither has you.
All right.
Everybody sat here and
hear me out. Shut up.
I'm not going to shut up.
Get him out of here.
Get out of here.
I want to apologize to these children And I'm so sorry for
Yeah.
some reason your mother ever ran into this guy. I wanted to tell him, but I couldn't take it anymore. How he could disregard the love of his child and his two stepchildren by taking a shotgun. And what I heard at this trial, he missed the first shot. He blew her finger off and from my understanding hit her shoulder. He could have stopped, and I want to tell him that, but it wouldn't have done any good. So,
Wow.
unfortunately, under the law, I cannot send him to jail for the rest of his life without any chance of parole. But I will give him the maximum, because if anybody deserves it, he does. It is a judgment of this court that upon his conviction for the crime of murder in the second degree, that he be sentenced to an indeterminate term of imprisonment, which will have a maximum of life. The court hereby imposes a minimum of 25 years, plus the maximum fine of $5,000. With regard to the conviction of aggravated criminal contempt, he is to be sentenced to an indeterminate term of imprisonment having a minimum of 3.5 years, a maximum of 7, and by operation of law, it must run concurrently to the life sentence. Now, the surcharge on the felony is $300, crime victim assistance fee is $25, and a $50 DNA databank fee. All fines and all surcharges are to be paid out of prison funds. And he's got a lifetime to pay these fines.
And a lot of people don't know, in many states, you got to pay your fines before you can even get commissary. And a lot of people ain't got a penny to their name. They're going to be starving in that cell block for years.
He has 30 days on which to file a notice of appeal. And I will write a letter, I want the family to know, I will write a letter to the parole board using the strongest language possible that he never ever sees the light of day. That
Wow.
concludes the sentencing.
This judge right here screams f***ing justice. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Life in prison. Well, 25 to life, but the judge is going to be recommended to the parole board that he doesn't see the light of day. Jeez, man. I love it when the judges say that. Or when they say you're going to die in prison, because typically when judges say those type of things, the defendant fully deserves it. You know, there's a lot of sick puppies out there, man. Not to mention, I had no idea that he shot one shot and kind of missed. Unbelievable, man. He did have every opportunity to stop. And one of the 3 children was his own. Risked his own child's life for whatever reasons he had. Like I said, it's a very dark world sometimes. But I did have a couple more things to say about the situation, all right? The family believes he should never have even gotten out of jail after that domestic disturbance they had the day before. And I agree. I mean, he did 15 years in prison, I believe, for kidnapping his ex-girlfriend. Something like that should definitely hold him in jail. He had to go in front of a judge and try to get a bond. But no, they said that it was a no bail status, which I believe he has to just sign himself out with like a little PR bond. It happens like that sometimes with minor cases to keep jails from getting overcrowded or whatever. Maybe the law changed. I don't know. But a lot of misdemeanors, you can pretty much just, you know, like I said, sign yourself out. So a lot of people might be wondering how he got out to begin with. That's why. But me personally, you know, if I was the person running the thing, you know, that recommends if he gets a bond or not, and I seen that he went to prison for kidnapping his ex, I'm going to keep him in jail. He's going to have to go in front of a judge. Because I'm not going to be held accountable. I'm not going to leave window open for a lawsuit. Whoever agreed to his bond status, man, probably either rushed their job along a bit or just weighed out their options and made the wrong choice and gave him the wrong bond. Either way, homeboy got the max penalty and the judge is going to make sure that he never sees the light of day, which is a bit of an over-exaggeration. Life in prison or whatever, he's still going to be able to get a little bit of outside rec. But the parole board would get the point, you know. Don't let him out. If I were to guess, the judge's recommendations are strong. Anyways, I'm out of here, and once again, hopefully you all had a great 2024 Christmas. I'll be looking forward to celebrating again with y'all next year. Until then, though, as always, y'all be easy, be safe, and more importantly than anything, stay free.